Carolina Rodriguez. I'm 23 years old and I'm a current student at St. Edward's University. I'm studying public relations as a major, and as my minor, I decided to do psychology. I'm Hispanic and I'm also a professional athlete with 4 world titles. So today I'm gonna tell you about my rubric that I developed, which is called Personality Components in Persuasion. So what I did was went online, took a personality test, and ended up being an ENFJ personality. I took the most common traits of this particular personality and put them in a rubric with each term having 2 dimensions, which is classified either white or black color. With the exception of one term that didn't have a dimension, rather it had a positive and negative view from the people. So I'm going to start explaining with the first building block, which is sensitive and non-sensitive. Basically, what this means is the way you perceive comments or actions of other people. So for a persuader to be able to persuade most efficiently, they have to know what the words they're saying mean to these people. For example, if someone comes to me that I'm from Mexico living in the United States, in these 2 countries, if they call you independent, it's seen as a compliment because people here, independent people, are perceived as very powerful and they can take care of themselves. But if you go with a girl from China, let's for an example, my same age, and you tell her she's independent, she'll probably be offended because they carry it more as in like their values of their families and being all together and helping each other. So if you tell them that they're independent, they're probably gonna think they're egocentric, or they're probably gonna feel offended. And then realistic and unrealistic is a second building block, and it basically is the idea of letting down a person or a cause you believed in. So let's say if you're realistic, you have that drive of like, I come to you with a goal, and you have that drive to keep that goal until the end because you believe in it. But non-realistic people are kind of like, they don't really know if they're in the boat with you or not, and kind of halfway they'll probably forget what the goal is. So you as a persuader have to be there for them and have to remind them each time that what we're doing this and what the goal is. Then altruistic and non-altruistic. This is basically that desire to do good. So if an altruistic person will be the one that if you come to them with a goal that concerns or involves like the community of society, they're definitely gonna jump in the boat because their main goal is wanting to help people. Also, non-altruistic will be quite the opposite, which is a more egocentric approach. So what's in it for me kind of person. So you have to keep those things in mind when you're persuading this person. Fluctuating self-esteem. This term is the one that I said it didn't have a dimension, but it's kind of perceived as positive and negative. And what it means is people that think that the work can always be done better. So it's one side is a perfectionist, which is like, oh my god, that person is so annoying. Like he always want to do things perfectly. And the other side of the coin, which is, oh my god, that person works great. He, like, every time I receive his work, it's just done perfectly. So you have to be careful and perceive kind of like those personalities of the ones that we're gonna work on until it's perfect, and the ones that are just like, chill out. So after I explained my rubric that I did, I kind of want to say, through my experiences as a public relation major and what I've learned in my classes, which I've learned so much, I've noticed that it's always better to know your audience's personalities or interests, because it gives you a tool or a power, or let's say a better chance to persuade them on how they think and how they want you to think. Also, being a professional athlete, I have had the opportunity of working with brands like Nike, Quicksilver, Ronix, Red Bull, and me as an athlete, I've always have to take in consideration this tactics, because in order to persuade other people to either buy the product or use the service, I really need to know which people I'm targeting. And if I don't have the opportunity to go all the way and see like each person's personality, because this sounds crazy, you can always get like a general idea, which is what people do most of the time. They get a general idea of that particular group of person and try to do the best tactics to persuade them. Thank you very much. I hope you like my presentation and you enjoy my rubric. My name is Carolina.